Good morning, everyone. It is June the 11th, 2018. The Sun is in Taurus, Earth sign, sign of Freemasonry. Mercury, finally getting away from the Sun, no longer combust. Communications are going to really come off the charts today, especially with Mercury in the Freemason temple up the ladder. He's up the ladder between the sun pillar and the moon pillar. The moon in Cetus fixing to move into Taurus today. So you're going to have the sun, the moon, and Mercury all in Taurus today. Venus in Gemini fixing to move into Cancer. Jupiter still retrograde in Libra. Saturn still retrograde in Sagittarius. Pluto retrograde in Sagittarius. Mars in Capricorn, the sign of the government. A lot going on in Earth signs. Earth is where the power is right now. So we're looking at the sign of the government. Mars is exalted here. That's taking action. Then you have fixed Earth run by the Freemasons. Everybody's fixing to start talking. The moon coming over here today as well, just a few hours. Let's take a look at what the moon's going to do today. The moon will be there at noon today. At 12 o'clock, the moon will enter this game. So you'll have the sun, the moon, and Mercury all in Taurus, with Mars exalted in Capricorn, the sign of the government. A lot going to go down today. How long till Venus moves into Gemini? Probably a day or two. Tomorrow. So overnight we're going to have that Venus move as well. And that's the sign of, in the big picture, it's the destroyer. It's the destroyer. So get ready for some shit to hit the fan today. Uranus in Aries, purification. Pluto retrograde with Saturn retrograde and the other fire. So it's really all about earth and fire. It's about the cardinal cross and the mutable cross, pumping this fixed cross over here today. Venus moving out of mutable into cardinal, the Most High. All summer's going to be bumpy. I can't even begin to tell you, because Mars is going to go retrograde as well. Uranus is going to go retrograde. We're going to have so many planets retrograde, and either in a lot in fire signs, Uranus and Pluto. Uranus will go retrograde in fire, but back into Pisces. That's more purification here, removal of people. Removal of people here. Aspecting that water of the destroyer over here in Cancer. No need to freak out. We're at the Opera House, so just watch the show. Because that's what's going to go down. We're going to get to see it happen this summer with Saturn retrograde and Mars retrograde coming up at the in just about a week and a half, 2 weeks at the end of this month. Mars will hit his retrograde, and we're already at the stage where the gloves are off. I've been saying this. I don't think y'all really understand what I mean, but all this is leading up to 2020. Let's go on there. It's the 2020 event that all of this is about, because we get a brand new government. Let's just take it there. 12/21/2020, 8 years after the 2012 non-event, Actually, it was an event. It was just a subtle one. I call it when Thalem began to speak. So, action by the people. Mars in Pisces. Saturn, Jupiter conjunction with Pluto in Capricorn. Sun, Mercury conjunction in Sagittarius. Jupiter and Saturn are the first finger and the middle finger. Mercury and the Sun are the ring finger and the little finger. And these two are separated by ideologies with Mars over here. This is the symbol for live long and prosper. This is the symbol for Spock when he holds his hand up. That thumb is spread. Let's go look at the symbol, because that's what this is in the sky. All of this relates to everything. Palmistry relates to astrology, relates to our phony religions, relates to alchemy, relates to everything. We're in this big magic circle. The circle is the script. They've tried to scribble the scriptures. They've tried to rewrite the scriptures. They've given us all this bibble babble, and everything is veiled. Everything is veiled. We each have our own veil within our mind. That's what has to be removed. It's not the outer veil, it's the inner veil. Lot going on in 2020, all the way up through the next eclipse. This is the midpoint. This is exactly in the middle of 2 solar eclipses in the United States. 2. One that happened last year in September, and then we have the 2020 event marking 3.5 years, and then the next one coming in 2024. But this is live long and prosper here. This is the good news. But it's going to be bumpy getting there. But this is happening in the house of the government. When Saturn and Jupiter meet, it sets the stage for the next 20 years. They want to do everything they can to stop this. This is worldwide. This is not just for the United States. This is going to be worldwide. We're going to see a whole new form of government. And everybody's being prepared for doom and gloom. And it's not going to be easy. There is a war going on. Even in factions, there's wars going on within factions. Everything's changing. This was all by design. It had to be. It needed to be to take us into the next century without leaving us all in slavery or dead. But right now we're at the stage where, like I said, the gloves are off. 2020, we get a new government because the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction happens in Capricorn. Jupiter is debilitated here. Generally, Jupiter gets the upper hand when eclipsing Saturn, giving you that Nibiru effect. Nibiru is the name of Jupiter in Babylonian and still spoken in some of the Arabic tongues today. I've done those videos a long time ago. Back before 2012, I'd done these videos when everybody started screaming Nibiru. Nibiru is simply Jupiter trying to put on the crown of Saturn. That's not going to happen. He's debilitated in this cycle. So for 20 years, we have a chance to actually build something on this planet beginning in 2020. It's already in motion. It's already in motion. Saturn and Jupiter are both retrograded as we speak. When they come into, let's back this up a few. I'm just going to back it up days and let you watch what happens till they come to this dance. It's a dance. That's why we have the show Dancing with the Stars. Y'all don't get any of that. You have to watch the dancers, their names, what that means. Watch them. They're both going to go retrograde and do this little dance back and forth. This is happening over almost the entire time of 2020. We're going backwards now. We're going backwards, but they're going forward. See that? They almost want to get together in May, June, but it don't happen. Let's take them back the other way and watch it again. Let's bring it back to, we'll take it back to here. We're going to go back almost a whole year. We'll go back 1 year, and we're going to watch it the entire time of watch this little dance, what they do. I call it Dancing with the Stars. All these shows mean stuff. So coming into 2020, right here, March, go ahead and put it 3rd, at the beginning of March, you got Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars all in the house of ideologies, while the sun is in Aquarius. All of this is what we've been waiting on. I've been talking about this since about 2007, 2008. One of the veils is coming down. The bride will be able to see. March, April, May, they stop. When the planets stop, the power increases dramatically. When they stop back over here in May, Saturn is in his own house and Jupiter is in his own house. This is what you call the standoff. Starts in May. Then we move. June, they're retrograde. July, retrograde. August, retrograde. September, just like this year, we have Saturn and Jupiter retrograde all summer long, and they both come out of retrograde in September. That's going to be a repeat in 2020, but this time it's going to happen in Jupiter's house, and then they move to Saturn's house. It's all going to be a battle of the wits, a battle of ideologies. It's on now. It's been happening. And then we hit the magic day. Right there. 21. The winter solstice brings in the 3 days death of the sun. The sun rises on the 24th. And they move forward. This conjunction is going to be here. It takes it a while to separate these two. Let's watch them. Let's continue to watch them. And Jupiter's ready to get the hell out of Dodge now. Watch them all load up here. And Mercury going retrograde. Everything's moving up to the cardinal. Jupiter, Venus, the Sun, Mercury, all February the 14th. There's your Valentine's Day. To remember. Where's Mars at? Who's taking action? Aries, purification. That most cardinal fire. Cleaning house. On the cardinal cross. On the cardinal cross. Even the sun is in Capricorn here. He's not yet in Aquarius. So the cardinal cross hits strong Valentine's Day of 2021. Sign of the government. And purification. And that purification actually begins now. We're seeing this now. Let's pull this back. This is now. With Saturn and ideology, Jupiter and Venus's house retrograde, Mars fixing to go retrograde. He goes retrograde, I think, on the 27th. Let's check Mars. Nope, he's going down now to make his retrograde. So he's in descent now. And starts the back, yeah, he's there now. He's making his turn. He's not actually retrograde, but he's going to descend before he goes down. So it's happening now. Action being taken by the government over ideology. loving it. Don't freak out. Like I said, they're going to be flinging a lot of propaganda at us. A lot of, I don't even think we're allowed to say that word anymore. Untrue events, media, call it fake news, whatever you want to call it. It's all a show. We got 2 scripts. We got 3 scripts, if anybody really understands it, because right now you have a battle between solar astrology and lunar astrology, sorcerers, magicians, whatever you want to call them. But there's a 3rd script that neither one of them ever considered, and that was the Saturn script. They've all been running on solar and lunar astrology, tropical or sidereal astrology, but none of them have considered that Saturn rules astrology through Aquarius, which is knowing. So as we move into this, and these 2 pillars of the sun and the moon take each other down, we get to watch the truth rise and the veil lift. When the bride goes down, the groom is at the altar. He's already altered, right? And then the bride comes down and the veil is lifted. She's the one that's blind. The groom is not blind. It is the bride that sees not. Think about what I'm telling you here, but the veil gets lifted. She gets to see her groom. Her daddy is standing there with her. Think about how they do all this, these marriage contracts. Again, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be at the coming of the Son of Man. They will be marrying and giving in marriage until the day when the sun rises in the sign of the man. And that's coming very soon. Right now it happens for us on 3/11. Their numbers are 322. So you're talking about 11 days. That's going to change as well. Saturn's fixing to take over the whole thing. And don't worry about those who claim to be Jews and are not. Saturn already has told you what he will say. And that is, depart from me, I never knew you. So don't worry about others. Most of what is being shown to you on the other black box is a prefabricated story to try to evoke you emotionally through Mars, trying to break you down through your heart, shut you up through your Mercury. There's going to be a lot more freedom coming on this planet come 2020 to 2024. But it will be a battle. There are wars within factions right now, within the solar cult and the lunar cult. You have a breakdown of what all's going on and who's in charge. And taking down of the 2 pillars and making the 2 pillars one, instead of bringing in the 3rd pillar. That was the attempt to unite the forces of the solar and the lunar astrologers and their scripts to bring the 2 together. But it's more than that. They are still rejecting the stone the builders rejected. Will become the cornerstone, the foundation stone for the new age coming. So it's always darkest right before the dawn. Fear not, no reason to. I'm telling you, a lot of these links you see me, I've been trying to tell y'all, it's a script. You might as well be watching General Hospital or Young of the Restless, 'cause it ain't real. The real scripts are in the heavens. And I want to teach you the alchemy to read them. And your Bible is the book to decode that alchemy and timelines. But it cannot be read as a religious book, because that's not what it is. Alright, back to today, or to now. Alright. get ready, because Mercury has hit his 10-degree mark from the sun, and he's between the sun pillar and the moon pillar in Freemasonry. This is the ladder right up the middle. This is Saturn's spot, right? Saturn is that black sun that sits here. So, and the sun is currently over the moon pillar. So get ready. And just keep calm. Go get you some popcorn and sit down and watch the show. It's a show. You're at the opera. And if you've ever seen Wagner's Valkyries, this will make sense.